Dark Souls is pretty much as good as everyone says it is, and because of that, I don't have a lot of new to say about it. It truly is such an important game in the entire history of gaming that still stands up to today's standards. So, while I don't really have a lot to say about Dark Souls Remastered for the PS4, I'll do my best to sum up my experience with it and everything that shines the brightest and brought it into the popularity it has today. Beginning with the world building. The entire medieval theme is done incredibly well, but all the different levels, as you could call them, are completely unique. For a game I was expecting to be filled with castles and dungeons, I was entranced by the crystal caves and gloomy ghost-filled cities. Not to say that castles were bad either. I'll admit, some areas, particularly in the later game, felt pretty empty, but from what I've heard this was done because of pressure to get the game out as fast as possible. And honestly, they made such a small impact it didn't matter in the end. Verticality also plays a very interesting role in setting the mood of the location, moving up representing hope and the courage to fight on, whereas moving down always seemed to represent more dreadful moments. The graphics always felt just a little outdated, especially for a remaster, but they did manage to keep the same stylistic look of the original. But just saying, a remaster with graphics like the new Demon's Souls, now that would be a dream come true. Anyways, as a quick side note, I was so glad I could change the HUD size. From all the gameplay I'd seen, everyone loves to play with their interface the size of a dump truck. I mean, how does this not annoy people? Moving on, most people come to Dark Souls for one reason, and that is the combat. I'm glad to report I thought it was insanely good. Highly methodical, yet fast-paced and with high stakes at the same time. I mean, what else could you want? For those who have watched my other video on Bloodborne, you might be wondering why I'm praising Dark Souls so much when it seemed like I didn't even like Bloodborne at all. Well, that's for a couple of reasons. First of all, it was better to have some experience and know what to expect going into Dark Souls, so I always had the right mindset, you could say, while playing it. Second of all, I was seriously in the mood for a challenging experience when I bought Dark Souls. I mean, I finished my first playthrough in like a week, speeding through the game. And lastly, I just found Dark Souls a lot easier and better designed. I talked about how I believe Bloodborne just isn't that well designed, and Dark Souls managed to fix a lot of the stuff I complained about, even though it's older. With things like rechargeable Estus flasks, and stuff like the shield. So yeah, I hope in the future maybe I can replay Bloodborne and have a much better time with it, but for now, Dark Souls is high above it. Back to the combat now. There's so many different weapons and builds that completely change up how you approach a situation. It's not like changing a weapon just changes some damage and gives you a new animation. Stuff like magic and pyromancy can make the entire game feel different to play, and I really appreciated that. Even if not a lot changes from playthrough to playthrough, I know I'll still find myself returning to this game just to try out a cool weapon I found. Bosses were also another part of the game I could actually look forward to. Apart from just being designed well, they were mostly unique, had actual backstory and emotion to them, and, well, I'll be honest, they were usually pretty easy. And that's a common theme throughout the game. I honestly didn't find it that hard. It had its spikes, of course, but with persistence you could make it through any challenge. And even a lot of bosses had easy exploits or strategies to beat them, which I tried to avoid except for the Bed of Chaos. I mean, who actually designed that thing? Overall, I could go on and on. Animation, enemy variety, side quests, deeper mechanics, armor, carry weight, this is all stuff that could be praised for hours on end. But I'll save you the time and leave you guys with knowing that Dark Souls truly is the monument in gaming that everyone should experience at least once. I'll give it an A. Dark Souls is one of the few games I've played recently that I was actually excited to get back into. It kept me hooked for the entire time and really revitalized a lot of spirit in my hope for video games as a whole. It's honestly a joke how many YouTubers have said Dark Souls has saved them, but once you play it, you can really understand why so many say that. So yeah, if you haven't already, you have to check out Dark Souls or Dark Souls Remastered. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.